pizza, and then we cut it. Where do you cut it? Could I just cut it like that?
That'd be not fair. Maybe.
Is that cutting it in half?
Uh-oh.
What would be cutting it in half?
That would be not fair.
Okay, but Abe, go down to your seat, please. Okay, so we have the pizza. So we have the whole pizza, all of it. How would we cut it in half? Matthew, do you want to just come up and do it? Can you reach that, or do you want me to draw one lower?
Okay.
All right, so we have our little pizza. Beautiful. So the key part when it comes to cutting something in half, guys, is the sides have to be equal. Each piece has to be equal. So they have to be the same size. So if we cut this in half, is that cutting it in half? No. It is cutting it into two pieces, but you need to have two equal sides, right? What about if we have a cup of water? Where would it be half a cup of water? So we're not filling it up all the way. We just want to fill it halfway, Dawson. Where would it be roughly? What's right there at the top? Okay, yeah. So half a cup of water. Where would it be roughly?
No.
Yeah. Oh. Just roughly. It doesn't have to be exact. So the good grade ones, is that about half a glass of water? Yeah. Good job. Thank you.
Levi, you didn't even look at me.
What if I... What's that, Weston? A funny face? On it? Okay, let's draw a funny face, and then we're going to cut the funny face in half. Weston, come on up. How would you divide this funny face in half? How would you divide it in half? How does that look, grade ones?
Good.
Good, beautiful. Right in half. All right, we're going to do a few shapes. So let's do this rectangle. Where would we cut this one in half? How would we cut that one in half?
Okay.
Hey, you look ready. Here, take the red marker and cut it in half.
The elephant?
Be professional. Beautiful. Good job. Thank you, Abe. What about this diamond shape? How do we cut that? Jordan Beacon, come on up.
Actually, the easiest one to fit right here.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
I
Thank
can't
you.
see it.
Oh, you did it right down the middle like that. You see that now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So, I think we all have a pretty good grasp on what half is. Now, let's talk about how we represent half in numbers. So when you're going to write a half, you write a 1 on top, and then this cool stick in the middle, and then you write a 2 on the bottom. Now these have fancy names, but we don't need to learn about that yet. So this is how you write 1/2. So an easy way to remember this is when you're splitting something in half, grade ones, you're splitting it into 2 pieces. So the bottom number will represent the total amount of pieces you're cutting it into. Does that make sense? So this pizza, we're going to cut it in 2 pieces. So there's 2 pieces. I'm going to shade in one of the 2 pieces. I'm going to shade in 1/2. So this piece I've shaded in represents one of the 2 pieces. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's how you write 1/2. Okay, so let's get started. So everyone should be on page 125 and 126. It's front and back. So 2, 2, 5. So at the top it shows you a bunch of examples of some things that have been cut into half. So you see a coconut, a strawberry, a shell, and a pencil. Number 1 to number 6, you have 6 different shapes. It says, draw a line to divide each shape into halves. So to cut each shape in half. Color 1/2 of each shape. So exactly what I did here, grade 1, I cut it into halves. So I cut it in 2, and then I shaded in 1/2. Okay, just 1/2. So you're going to do that for all of those shapes. Then, number 7 to 9, you have a picture of a rocket ship, a foosball table, and or something like that. Buoy, yeah. It says, draw a line to show halves. So you are going to draw a line to cut each picture in half. Do we understand what we're doing so far?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Awesome. Okay. You're going to flip to the next page, 226. Weston, you should not be doing your work yet. We should be listening to the instructions. So flip your page, Weston, to 226. Thank you. You have pictures of the moon. It is showing you the different phases that the moon goes through. It says, cross out the pictures of the moon that does not show halves. Okay? So, if it does not show it being cut in half, you X it off. If it does show the moon being cut in half or divided in half, you just don't do anything to it. You just leave it. Okay? Understood? Okay. Now, number 11 says circle the correct way to write 1/2. I have it right up on the board, grade 1s. Now, number 12 says these circles are all divided into equal parts. Okay, so that every single part is equal. But which ones show halves? You are going to circle the ones that show halves. Okay? And then number 13, you have some jars of jelly. It says circle the jar that is half full of jelly. Are we understood, grade 1?
Yeah.
Yep. Dawson, do you have a question before we get started? Go ahead.
Like the things that are half,
Yeah.
can we put like a little check mark on
Sure. If you would like to put a little check mark to make it a little more clear, that's fine. Abe.
Can I go
Yes, you may. Thank you for waiting till the lesson was over. Jordan F.
My answer was going for lesson 2.
Your question was to go to the washroom too. You can wait till Abe gets back and then you may, okay? Bronwyn? Okay, I'll get to you. Alright, grade 1s, I'm going to set that timer again. I think that worked really well in phonics this morning. So I'm going to keep setting the timer, and we are going to stay in our own desk, and we are going to work independently. And then when you are done, you may bring your math textbook to either me or Mrs. Bott for corrections. If you need help, what does that look like? What do you do? Jordan F.
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
But I just did.
Yeah, good job. That was a perfect example of what needs to be done. If we don't see you, are we going to hear Mrs. Bob, Miss S, Mrs. Bob, Miss S?
No.
Any of that? No. We patiently wait. Okay? Beautiful. So I'm going to flip the timer. I'm going to start it. And then I want to see exactly what I saw in phonics this morning. You guys did fantastic.